Hello, third grade, and welcome to day 2 of Persuasive Writing. Remember, persuasive writing is used to convince an audience to believe what you believe. And we're going to start trying to convince our parents of something we want them to believe with us. Now, today, our focus skill is to generate why writers try to persuade their readers. Why would someone want to do that? Now, if you haven't listened to it again already, I want you to go back and listen to one word from Sophia. And I want you to think about some of these questions and respond using your voice tool. I want you to think about what is reasonable for Sophia to ask for a pet giraffe. If you ask your parents for a pet lion, is that reasonable? Would they ever be able to actually say yes? Next, I want you to think about what parts of your argument were convincing. What parts of her argument were convincing? How did she try to explain to them that it would work? And finally, did it make her better at persuading them? Did she do a good job at it? Now, good writers persuade their readers for a number of reasons. They don't just say, I think I should get a pet giraffe because I want to. That's not persuading the readers in multiple ways. You might say, I want to get a pet giraffe because I will be able to take care of it. I will be able to feed it. I will be able to find a place for it to stay. Now let's think about, why do we try to persuade our readers? There's a couple of reasons why someone would want to persuade their readers. In our close read this past week, we looked at some ads, and they're trying to persuade people to buy something. Sometimes a writer would persuade a reader to change their mind on a topic, kind of like what Sophia was doing. We would persuade to keep your readers interested, try to grab their attention like a hook. We would try to convince them for money, or to support a cause, or to try to sell a product, like an advertisement. Now today, we are going to start brainstorming something that we could persuade our parents to get. Maybe that is an Xbox, or maybe that is some extra V-Bucks, or maybe that is a pet puppy, or maybe that's a goldfish. But when we are trying to think of these and brainstorm, I want you to think about something that is reasonable, that they could actually get. Not something like, I want to be the king of the world. That's not something we could convince them to do. Something that is reasonable and that could possibly actually happen. Now, for your activity, there are 3 clouds in our brainstorm, and I want you to come up with 3 different ideas. So maybe I want to convince my mom that I want a cat, or I want to convince her that I want to play volleyball, and I want to join a volleyball team. Or I want to convince them that I want to have my friends over for a weekend. Or, something I want to get. I want to get a new pair of shoes. I'll convince them. So I want you to think about, is there something that you are always trying to convince your family that you want to do, and the answer is always no? Think of a few ideas that would be a good topic for your persuasive writing. Try to keep your topic reasonable. Remember, we're thinking of something that your parents would get. Once you are finished filling out your brainstorm clouds, I will check them off in the morning, and we will start using those in our following lessons.